Hi comic guys and gals, welcome to Anachronic Comics. So this video you're going to see is a follow-up to my Fleischer Superman cartoon short video of a few weeks ago. It's going to be about episode 2, but I thought I'd have some fun with it. So it's in the form of a movie review, but significantly, I'm not doing the movie review. I wrote the movie review, but I'm not doing the movie review. I recently got into AI. I thought it's kind of an interesting thing. It piqued my interest. And so what you're going to see is an AI character that I made up with an AI voice basically giving you the review. He is British. He is patterned after a Oxford professor. I think it's pretty cool, and I just thought I'd have that fun, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. Let me know in the comments if you think this was okay, or whether you thought it was weird, and whether you might want to see another one. No guarantees on that, because it took a lot of time and a lot of work to put this together. But hopefully you'll enjoy it. Take care.
Anachronic.
Hello moviegoers, I am Nigel Fitzsimmons, the curator of the Anachronic Adventure Archive stock of superhero adventure movies and shorts and your host this evening. Thank you for your patronage and attendance at our first grand opening movie at the Anachronic Adventure Theatre. The Mechanical Monsters is the second of 17 animated Technicolor short films based upon the DC Comics character Superman, that were released by the Fleischer Studio division of Paramount Studios in the 1940s. It was directed by Dave Fleischer, written by Superman creators Joe Shuster and Jerry Siegel, and starring Bud Collyer and Joan Alexander, reprising their roles of Superman and Clark Kent and Lois Lane from the first short film. Although not credited, the announcer, with the great voice, is Jackson Beck. It was released in 1941, a year after the first film, titled Superman. Check out the video on that very first film, also known as The Mad Scientist, where Joe provides a history of the series and showcases the first short film. There is a link in the description and at the end of this video. While the first film was a groundbreaking and thrilling introduction to the Man of Steel on the big screen, the plot of the Mechanical Monsters is, in many ways, repetitive of that first film and so fails to live up to its predecessor. The plot revolves around Superman's efforts to stop a mad scientist who uses giant robots to rob banks and museums. That said, the film has many strengths and a few interesting firsts and goofs that I'd like you to look for. I'll discuss these facts after we watch The Mechanical Monsters here on the Anachronic Adventure Theatre.
Up in the sky! Look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman! Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound, this amazing stranger from the planet Krypton, the Man of Steel, Superman. Empowered with X-ray vision, possessing remarkable physical strength, Superman fights a never-ending battle for truth and justice, disguised as a mild-mannered newspaper reporter, Clark Kent.
Just getting the woman's angle on this story.
The mechanical monster! Look out!
Wait here. I'll phone this in. Yes, I'll give you the details later, Chief. All right, Lois. Lois! Or Superman.
Story this is going to make.
The jewels. What have you done with the jewels?
You'll read about it in tomorrow's paper.
Are you going to tell me what happened to those jewels? Won't tell me. You'll soon change your mind. Superman. misstep and she's doomed.
That's a wonderful story, Lois.
Thanks, Clark, but I owe it all to Superman.
The film has many strengths that make it a classic Superman adventure. The animation is fluid and expressive, with detailed backgrounds and dynamic action scenes. The robots are impressive and menacing, with a distinctive design that influenced later sci-fi works such as The Iron Giant and The Incredibles. I found this film to be in many ways more entertaining than the first because, while the stories are similar, both showcasing a mad scientist and Superman saving Lois, The Mechanical Monsters features much more action. The robots' design and animation, such as the way they fly and walk, was well done. I also liked most of the action sequences, including the best one, which involves Superman having to use his cape to stop some burning fluid from getting on Lois. However, the film also has some flaws that prevent it from being a masterpiece. The plot is simple and predictable, with no twists or surprises. The film relies on several coincidences and contrivances, such as Lois climbing into the robot after she scolds Clark for not fleeing, thereby conveniently finding the scientist's secret lair. The film also has some dated elements that reflect the social norms and attitudes of its time, such as Lois as a damsel in distress who needs Superman to save her. Very different from the Lois of today's DC live and animated movies and television shows. So did you spot the first-time features for Superman in this movie? Let's see. Number 1. This cartoon is the first Superman story in which Clark Kent changes into his Superman costume inside a phone booth. Number 2. This film marks the only instance in which Superman is depicted using X-ray vision in a Fleischer short. Goofs? I spotted 2. The scientist wants Lois to disclose the location of the jewels that he doesn't know fell out of the robot, yet he gags Lois before placing her on the platform above the molten metal, so it is impossible for her to tell him. Also, the robot that enters the museum is identified with the number 13 on both its chest and back, but has the number 5 on its back in 2 scenes. Finally, a fun trivia fact you may not know. Similar robots appear in Superman vs. the Elite, Superman Doomsday, and All-Star Superman. In All-Star Superman, the Fortress of Solitude robots sport similar numbers as in the Mechanical Monsters. Overall, The Mechanical Monsters is a fun and entertaining Superman short that showcases the character's abilities, as well as the animation skills of Fleischer Studios. The film has some flaws, but it also has some merits that make it worth watching for fans of Superman and animation history. Did you enjoy this animated short? Let me know by leaving a comment. Also, don't forget to watch the prior video on the Fleischer Brothers Superman animated shorts. Thank you for attending the first of what I hope are many showings from the Anachronic Adventure archives. I hope to be able to invite you to another adventure soon. I am Nigel Fitzsimmons. Have a good night.